So many spiritual teachers across traditions have shown great reverence for Bhagavan. Did Bhagavan himself have reverence for any particular teacher of his time or of former times?
Bhagavan had reverence for each and every one of us, because Bhagavan is our own being. So Bhagavan's love is equal to all of us, both the good and the bad. People sometimes in Bhagavan, even in Bhagavan's presence, there was speculation. Devotees love to talk about others. I mean, it's a human mind to talk about others. So sometimes the discussion would start, is such and such a person a jnani? And sometimes people would even ask Bhagavan, do you think, is such and such a person a jnani? Bhagavan would reply to such questions by saying, there is only one jnani, and you are that. That is, so long as we are looking outwards and seeing others, we are in a state of ignorance. So how can we see who is jnani and who is not jnani? So the jnana exists within our own heart. We can find jnana only in our own heart. If we cannot find jnana in our heart, how can we see it in anyone else? So to say this person is a jnani, this person is an ajnani, is pure imagination. Even to say Bhagavan is a jnani is ignorant, because we're pointing out Bhagavan as a person. Bhagavan is jnana itself. That means he is not that person we see him to be. Of course, that person, through that person who appeared in this dream of ours, the jnana is shining with its full clarity. That is, Bhagavan is jnana, and the clarity of jnana and the infinite ocean of love in human form. We saw that manifested in that human form. We see that manifested in Bhagavan's human form. But that human form is not what he actually is. What he actually is that jnana, that true awareness, pure awareness that is shining in our heart as I am. So all concern about whether this person or that person is a jnani is irrelevant. So Bhagavan will be respectful to all. Some people say, oh, if that's the case, then sometimes when people ask us about other teachings, sometimes it's necessary to point out the difference between what Bhagavan has taught us and what certain other people teach. Because many other people, though what they teach may seem to be somewhat similar to Bhagavan, there are differences. So some people, if we point out the differences, they'll say, how can you do this? Bhagavan was respectful for all. So how can you have so much disrespect by criticizing others? What I say is, I respect all. I'm happy to respect everyone. That doesn't necessarily mean, but I have to agree with everything they teach. So we need, as far as teachings are concerned, we need to use our discrimination. And though Bhagavan generally didn't criticize other teachings, occasionally he would occasionally, in appropriate circumstances, he would point out the shortcomings in certain other teachings. Of course, his aim is not to repudiate other teachings, but when guiding us, sometimes he had to point out where certain other beliefs that we may hold, we may have picked up from other sources, how those beliefs are not correct. So there's no wrong in discriminating between different teachings and understanding the difference between what Bhagavan taught and what others taught. That doesn't mean just because we say what this person is teaching is not what Bhagavan taught, that doesn't mean we're disrespecting that person. We respect the person, just their teachings are something different. That is not what Bhagavan taught us. So it's good to have respect for all people, for good people, for bad people, to have respect for everyone, because the same Bhagavan is shining as I in the heart of each and every one of us.